What is going on, people? Dre Zero back again, and today we're gonna be talking me and my somewhat interest in Saints Row Reboot, and at the same time my disinterest in it. Mainly, I just wanted to talk about how I'm feeling about it in general, and just where I'm coming from, and from where we started with the whole graffiti reveal to the reveal trailer to where we are now with gameplay steadily opening up. So yeah, let me just get the negatives out the way first. For real, let me just talk about the negatives first, and then I'll talk about the positives, because there are positives about this, but let me just get my gripes out the way first. One, let's just talk about the new Saints. I am not sold on the supposed new Saints. It still they give off such a vibe of a bunch of TikTokers trying to be a gang. I saw everybody calling them like, this is basically Fortnite and shit. Like, yeah. The only one I think is passable though in this entire group is Nina. Kevin looks like a fucking mook that I just, for the life of me, I can't take seriously, especially with that fucking cat mask that looks like something straight out of Watch Dogs 2. I just cannot take this dude seriously. Not even about the fucking shirt thing. It's just like in general, I just can't like take him seriously. And then you have Eli, who is essentially the Bentley of the group, who makes plans, and there's your fucking Sly Cooper reference for you, for people who actually know what I'm talking about there. There's your reference. Who looks like a modern day Steve Urkel. I mean, these three in general, I'm like, okay, Nina is the only passable one. Eli, I just feel like this motherfucker's just like, if they're to really try to swerve us with him being the last, the real antagonist, because you remember he's the one that makes the plans and shit, I wouldn't be shocked if they actually pulled that. So I'm just like, okay. Yeah, Steve Urkel, you got a guy who won't put on a fucking shirt. You got like an okay getaway driver. Okay, fine. All right. Honestly, it would have been more interesting to be leading the Los Panteros, the fitness-oriented gang that we saw in the first trailer. Those guys actually look like probably the best-looking gang in this entire thing to me personally. Anyway, the story, let's talk about this next. They're calling Saints Row a contemporary story aligned with many of the struggles that millennials and Gen Zers are dealing with right now in paying student loans by becoming self-made criminals. Look, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I ain't gonna talk about this too much. I get that times change and shit like that, but is this really the best that Volition could come up with in terms of a story? Gen Zers tired of their dead-end job, and then these four just decided to be self-made criminals, started going into business for themselves and shit. This is the best you can do. I'm just not. I think this is like the weakest aspect of me besides the characters. And yeah, I'm not talking about the boss in general, because it's just like, okay, character creation is still here because it's Saints Row, but still it's like, even if you make them look badass, you can still like, you make them look badass, and yet they'll still be leading a group of posers. I'm sorry, they look like fucking posers to me. I'm sorry. It's like shit. Anyway, let's talk about the next thing. The false marketing leading to the reveal. I remember that graffiti that gave off the impression that Saints Row was going back to its roots, and then that reveal trailer happened. I've never forgotten about that stunt, and they made it seem like it was going in that direction. Because just because we're now getting gameplay, I still keep that in the back of my head. It just has always left a bad stigma, thinking back to all the hype leading to the reveal, and then all the blowback that reveal trailer gave right after that. I have never forgotten that. So I'm seeing so much positivity toward the gameplay, sure, but it's just like, I forgot about that, and I also didn't forget this. Volition being childish. When fans actually gave genuine criticism on how the reveal was handled and what they could do and shit, Volition acted childish about the whole thing, which is not something you really want to do if you want your product to actually make some sales. I'm just saying on this. this is just something else I keep in my mind too, just like the false marketing with how the surveillance was handled. It's because it's getting gameplay. It's just like, I still think about these negatives here. It's like, anyway, let's get enough with the negatives. Let's talk about the positives. Fine. The positives, Santo Ileso. Let's just talk about the city looks good. After the wingsuit trailer, I think the wingsuit trailer was basically just for them to show off the city and shit. I do like Santo Ileso, the suburbs, the city, the suburbs, and even the desert area that we've been shown. I just hope that there's way more to do in the city than Steelport, because Steelport really didn't have that much to go with, but this looks genuinely interesting from like a gameplay perspective and just how the world of this reboot looks. I will give it that. The world looks great. Santo Ileso looks great to me. 2, the actual gameplay, just okay. As much as I'm not gelling with the story, even the new Saints themselves, I'll admit the gameplay, what we've been given so far, looks good. From the aggressive police driving chases, the special finishers that they have now, the criminal ventures, and even the gameplay, it's the gunplay. Although I do hope we can turn off those giant ass health bars on enemies and on cars, because that just looks completely out of place and just looks it just looks intrusive to me. It just looks like really annoying to me. So yeah, it's like those two things, like what we've seen in the new gameplay and Santo Ileso itself, I will give them that. But those negatives, it's just like, I can't. I'm just not gonna forget about that. I'm not gonna forget how this was handled and how they've been acting about the whole thing. It's like, we're not gonna change our stance on this and shit like that. I just, I'm just not sold on it completely like I'm seeing everyone else's. And I'm not trying to completely shit on this either, because I do see some good in this. And I do believe if this didn't have the Saints Row title on top of it, I think this would have gone over a lot better. But because it has Saints Row on top, the Saints Row title on it, it's just like, you're going to get that blowback regardless. And with classic fans and shit like that, of course you're going to get blowback, because this is not what they expected. And again, you guys did that graffiti shit. I'm going to keep talking about it because this is what you fucking did. So yeah, I'm just not completely sold on it just yet. But I did want to get my gripes out, but also give some positives here, so it doesn't look like I'm completely shitting on it, because I'm not. I'm just not. I ain't gonna get this at launch, okay? Even if I decide to get it, it's damn sure not gonna be at launch. I'm not. And Saints Row 2 is what got me into the franchise to begin with. Then I went back to play 1, and then 3 came out, and I even enjoyed 4, despite it being a complete clusterfuck. I enjoyed what I was given with this series so far. Even 4, okay? I ain't shitting on 4. But they went completely off the rails at that point. After 3, it's just like, okay, we're completely off the rails and we're in the forest now. Oh shit, there it goes. It's still going. Holy shit, it's still going. It was like, it happened like that. So I get why they rebooted it, but it's just like, you went in this direction. Oh shit. Oh no. But yeah, wanted to give some criticisms, but also wanted to get some positives in here and just give my overall thoughts about this whole Saints Row reboot. So yeah, there you go. Not at launch if I do end up getting this. So yeah, anyway, Dre Zero signing out. Peace. See you when I see you.